Joining us now is Leonard Armenta. He's the CEO of SynFit Nutrition. They're a subsidiary of GenTech Holdings Incorporated, stock symbol GTEH. Leonard, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me again.
It's been a couple of weeks since we last spoke to you. You were talking then about spending big on marketing and influencer channels. Is that continuing? Can you give us an update?
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, we've recently just signed a big-time pro boxer. His name's Ashton Sylvain. He goes by the name H2O. He's 17 years old, 4-0 as a boxer, over 160,000 Instagram followers, and people like Floyd Mayweather have actually deemed this kid the next big thing. And so he has a lot of people behind him, supporting him, and he's going to drive his engagement on his Instagram is huge. And so we've got that going. We also are doing marketing on a site called Clickly, which is it's basically a site that drives a lot of business to our site for direct orders. And then the other, part of our strategy is we're just adding more people to our team to be more of a professional type outlet compared to where we were even just a month ago.
So when these influencers post something, are you able to equate that directly to sales?
Yeah. So what we do is we typically give the influencer a special code so that we can track what they're doing. So, for instance, Ashton will be like H2O 20 or 25 or whatever we give him as the code for that week. And then he'll do a story on Instagram with a swipe up talking about the product. We like more organic stuff. So we typically don't want it to be like a sales pitch, but it's like, hey, here's the product. I'm using that, maybe drinking a shake. And then, and then he's swiping that up.
Now, I see the company has their quarterly filing due out anytime. Can you talk us through that a little bit?
Yeah. So, we had a tougher quarter than we expected. I mean, in this industry, fourth quarter is always the toughest quarter. You're dealing with Thanksgiving, Christmas, things like that. So it's definitely the toughest quarter at that point. But the things we're doing are already starting to really kick in for us. And, we're doing, we're really strong in raising capital for, we have acquisitions on the board, things like that. Our top line revenue actually for February was higher or around the same as our entire fourth quarter. So the things that we're doing right now are really starting to pay off. Knowing that fourth quarter was slow, we took that time to really step back and re-strategize what we were going to do so that our first quarter would be very strong.
Well, now as we were basically dealing with the full year with COVID, in our hindsight, so to speak, is that still affecting inventory levels?
For us, we're doing pretty good. We've had to pivot, and for instance, like our syrups, bottle caps have been on back order for 25 weeks. So we've got a strong relationship with our syrup manufacturer. So we're like, hey, let's pivot. We'll put it in a different bottle right now just to get it out to our customers. And then, we'll be able to kind of go back into our new ones, which we are. We just, placed a huge order for that. Our spreads that have been on back order for a long time are actually being made this week, and we will have them back in stock next week. Again, it was a bottle issue. It's mainly plastics. Plastics are the thing that are really struggling right now. People are having a lot of trouble getting plastic products. And so but our spreads are going to be back in stock. We have our full load of cookies, full load of bars. We're really rocking and rolling, and we've been able to. That fourth quarter allowed us to really plan for inventory. So we were able to put all our inventory orders in and, really catch up.
Well, one thing that's always interesting about SynFit is your innovation. Do you have any new products you're bringing to market this quarter?
Absolutely. So we've got our SynFit seasonings, which we did launch before, but we didn't really do a hard launch with it. We're getting ready to do a major hard launch with those. They're actually starting to really take off for us this February. They were great. We're going to add 4 new flavors for those. So we're going to do like a spicy ranch, just some different innovative flavors that nobody else has on the market. We're working on our plant-based and vegan protein bars, as well as plant-based and vegan cookies. So as you know, everything we make is gluten-free, but now we're going to get into that plant-based and vegan market, which is really going to take us to that next level.
So what do you see this quarter holding for you guys over there at GenTech?
So, we have some acquisitions on the table, like I mentioned earlier. We're taking our time with them. So we want to make sure that we're making the right decision on what type of company we're bringing in, things like that. We actually are settling judgment that is against the company, which is a really big day for us. And that's going to really clean up the books. We've got, the influencers. We're building a gym in here to be able to shoot content. We're going to build a gourmet kitchen where we can bring people in, and we're going to have chefs come in and actually prepare awesome SynFit food to show people. So we're going to increase our content through that. We're actively hiring people to help take the weight off our shoulders. Dave recently brought in somebody to help him on the financial side. I've got somebody coming in to help me with inventory control, things like that. We also brought Secret Javas under SynFit. So it'll allow us to basically focus more on everything as a company. And then Secret Javas is great because our sales on that have been really exploding. So what we're doing now is we're just waiting for them to come in stock. But we've got these new really high-end bags. It's going to keep it a high-end coffee. We're going to make some new coffee flavors, things like that. And, so right now we're just raising capital so we continue to, get these acquisitions, make these great hires, and continue the marketing that we're doing.
On the subject of acquisition, when you're targeting companies for potential acquisition activity, is there a level of criteria that you follow?
Yeah, so we typically like companies that have good revenue, and maybe I think a lot of the companies that come to us were hit by COVID a little bit, so they came to us knowing that we're looking to acquire businesses and help grow them. We try to keep it in the same space, so it's functional foods, supplements, organic type foods, drinks. We're trying to keep it all in that same realm of business so that we're not trying to recreate the wheel. I don't want to have 500 employees doing 500 different types of businesses. And I know that happens a lot with companies, but we're trying to keep everything under the same type of umbrella so that everything that we do can all fit in the same world. So like any of our SynFit distributors can easily sell Secret Javas. And then whatever the brand that we're looking at right now that we can't mention, it'll transition easy into taking them into retail as well. So our strategy is really to be able to use our current relationships to build whatever businesses we bring in as an acquisition.
Once again, SynFit Nutrition, the subsidiary of GenTech Holdings Incorporated, GTEH is their stock symbol. Great update, Leonard. Thanks so much for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.